when it comes to vibing higher for higher cash months, your emotional resilience is going to be everything. The way you react emotionally to what happens in your business will tell me everything I need to know about where you are financially.
You're listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, a business and mindset coach who specializes in imposter syndrome. If you feel like you're not as smart, capable, or worthy as you actually are, and that someone is going to find you out, then you've come to the right place. I went from being a struggling government worker, working my coaching business on the side, but feeling unworthy and burnt out, to making multiple six figures helping women overcome imposter syndrome so they too can sign clients, make bank, and have the business or career of their dreams. I am nothing special. I have a stuttering disability, ADHD, and I struggle with anxiety and depression. So if I can learn how to feel good enough and overcome my inner imposter, then so can you. Let's dig in.
Hello, beauties. Welcome back to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, business mindset and imposter syndrome coach. And today I want to talk to you about vibing higher for higher cash months. And I personally have a hot take about what vibing higher actually means to me in my business, how I've used it to make 10K, 15K, 20K cash months. So let's get into it, shall we? First and foremost, you will never be where you want to be financially if you are steeped in shame or constant feelings of not being good enough. This is literally why I do what I do, you guys, because once you release shame and that feeling of not feeling good enough, you actually allow yourself to receive, and it becomes a very easy process. There is so much empowerment in being a person who realizes and understands that she is the only thing blocking her from the money that she is meant to have. Because when we blame fucking capitalism or the economy or our followers or what the fuck ever, we offset responsibility. We tell ourselves that there's nothing that we can do. And I am very much of the camp that we are 100% responsible for our results. Oh my God, I saw this thread where this person was like, she was responding to someone else's thread and she was like, saying your clients are responsible for their results is very victim blaming. And I was just like, oh my God, please never become my client. You know, because when we tell ourselves that there's nothing we can do, all of our results become 100% out of our control. And this is not true all of the time. There's obviously nuances and circumstances where things are actually out of your control. But when I think to myself, I am 100% responsible for my results, that leads me to make decisions to move, to do the things that my highest self would do from the belief that I am 100% responsible for my results. Like, that encourages me to move. That encourages me to do the things that I need to do. Whereas when I think I'm out of control, when I think I don't have any control in the results that I'm creating, I am less likely to actually do something about it. So we can't be steeped in shame or not feeling good enough because these things literally weigh us down. And I've used this analogy before about shame, but it feels like a heavy rock in your pocket. No one can see it, but you can feel it. It affects how you move and how you allow yourself to simply be. So if you have shame about who you are, if you know enough, shame that came from your parents or your childhood, whatever it may be, that shit is heavy and it fully affects how you allow yourself to receive. Most commonly associated to imposter syndrome is that feeling of, what if I fuck up my clients? What if I'm actually not that good? And I actually have clients who struggle with anxiety and or OCD, and these thoughts will come up and manifest as shame. Like, who am I to work with these people when I have these thoughts or these hesitations about myself? But let me remind you, a person who is actually capable of fucking up their clients, who isn't going to put the work in, who doesn't give a shit if someone spends money and doesn't get a return on investment, they're not having these thoughts at all. Not in the beginning, not in the middle, not at the end. They don't give a shit about people and making an impact. The very existence of these thoughts at least means that you give a shit, at least means that you care. And I'm not saying that your intrusive or unhelpful thoughts are a rite of passage. I'm saying that you can reframe their existence to help you release them when they come up for you. I always reframe my own negative and unhelpful thoughts in the way that I know that they are protecting me. If I don't sell my offers, if I don't create new things, if I don't do the things, you guys know that I have a stutter. So having a stuttering disability means that sometimes communicating verbally is very hard for me. And it's so easy for me to retreat into myself, to just want to be alone, to hide, to not have to say anything. So when my own negative thoughts come up, I know it's my nervous system being activated and wanting to keep me safe from being judged or criticized or rejected, but mostly safe from my own negative thoughts about myself if I did put myself out there, which will in turn affect me emotionally. Which is the next bit. When it comes to vibing higher for higher cash months, your emotional resilience is going to be everything. The way you react emotionally to what happens in your business will tell me everything I need to know about where you are financially. Okay, so case in point, I had a client who had someone reach out to her and say, hey, I'm ready to work with you. They had a back and forth, and then she was like, amazing, send me the link. And my client literally exited out of the conversation and didn't send the link until later on, even though she was totally able to. She had the time, she had the space, she was literally in the conversation. And if you're thinking, what the fuck? I would totally send it right away. But what happened was this activated something in her that she couldn't quite yet verbalize, but she could feel it, and she was taking the action from that discomfort. It activated discomfort, and she had to regulate herself before she even sent the link, because even when good things happen in your business, this shit will come up for you. Your nervous system is expanding. This dance of showing up online and selling your offers, people wanting to work with you and paying you money, you going another day without a sale, this can be incredibly dysregulating. And there's nothing wrong with that at all, because it should be. It's such a new way of doing business and existing in this world. Like, it should be new to your nervous system. And your job is to just regulate and bring yourself back to that place of calm and neutrality. Remind yourself that you are good enough and worthy, and then get back to fucking business. This is why nervous system regulation tools and teachings are a big part of the curriculum inside of the From Imposter to Empowered program and my mastermind, the Fraud Squad. The entire act of owning a business requires mental, emotional, and physical energy on a daily basis. And this can be so taxing on the nervous system. And this is the very thing why so many people quit and why so many people cannot handle it. They think that all they need is the strategy and they're Gucci. But the thing is, having a profitable online business with recurring monthly income takes time to build. So having a very negative, unhelpful mindset and a jacked up nervous system means that you will be less resilient and very reactive to everything happening in your business, creating problems where there don't need to be problems, which is not the vibe. And it won't be the vibe for creating higher cash months. If you want your audience to trust you and for your clients to pay you well, resulting in these higher cash months that aren't just a cash injection because you launched something new, but genuinely you have recurring revenue from consistent clients, you need to fucking show them that you're in this for the long haul. The frequency of a woman who is like, I'm here whether you fuck with me or not, I'm not going anywhere, I have time, I have space, I am patient, I am regulated, you'll know it when you see it. Like, you will recognize that woman when you see her. And this is so much more than being consistent. It's also really being consistent with your messaging too. It's not changing things up every 5 minutes because you didn't see the results that you wanted after 5 minutes. And I see this a lot with people online who sell or launch offers that they haven't really talked about. And then if people don't join right away, they get really discouraged and end up dropping off.
Hey guys, I hope you're loving today's episode. I am just taking a brief pause in today's episode to share with you a client testimonial. These testimonials are either from group coaching clients or clients who are in my one-to-one coaching program. And I can't wait for you to hear how I have changed their lives and their businesses for the better.
Hi, my name is Ori and I am a self-love and relationship coach. I started working with Jill because I felt overwhelmed and unmotivated, and I really felt unworthy of my success. I didn't have a strategy and I really needed help. And after 6 months of working with Jill, I feel clear about my business. I'm in love with my business and my clients. I made my biggest month ever in July, which was 15K, and I was able to take the whole month of August off and travel to see my family that I haven't been able to see in 2.5 years due to COVID.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Now let's get back to the episode. But listen, when you're inconsistent, you're making it about you and your needs. And you want someone to pay you thousands of dollars when you can't even show up for yourself or show up for your business. Like, again, this is not an opportunity to shame yourself. No, ma'am, we're not going to shame ourselves here. But I just want you to notice where this is showing you a mirror, where this is coming up for you, that when you're inconsistent, you make it about you, when what you need to remember is that you're building trust with your audience and that it will be more than worth it when you're paid well for the work that you do, but in no way are you entitled to it. And that's just the reality of it. If you want to be paid well for the work that you do, you have to be committed to the work and what comes with it. Showing up consistently, giving value, selling your offers. Once you learn that these things shouldn't happen only when you feel good, and instead you learn how to cultivate belief in self-trust and congruency, even when things aren't 100% perfect in your life or your day, that is when you create higher cash months because you are stacking on top of your efforts. I do not feel good every day. I am not happy every day. I have ADHD. I have mood swings. I have times in my cycle where all I want to do is sleep until 11:30, which sometimes I do. I don't always feel good 100%, but I know that it's a job of mine to show up on my social media and to sell my offers, and that compounds over time. Right? Feeling happy or good all the time is completely unrealistic, especially if you're neurodivergent. So instead, you create the identity of someone who is committed and has tools in her tool belt for when she's not 100% in her power. And this takes an incredible amount of tenacity, courage, and resilience. I have issues in my family. I'll have negative thoughts come up. I have ADHD, so I feel everything all at once or nothing at all, along with a ton of other non-ideal ADHD symptoms. I have a stutter. I have anxiety. I could go on, and still, I know what my job is, and I know what I'm here to do. And even in the midst of a hard day or whatever, I know that my work is impactful, powerful, and I get my fucking job done, period. And everything I do compounds into the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year. And it's easy to make excuses for ourselves. It's so easy, but it's not easy to give ourselves love and compassion and to also say, your excuses don't mean shit, let's get to work now. But always from that place of compassion for ourselves. This is a dance, guys. It is not easy, but working towards this is going to change your fucking life. Because your mindset problems, personal issues, your emotions, they are not actually the problem. They aren't. The problem is your reaction to these things. When you choose to see yourself as a whole worthy human who experiences human things, that there's nothing wrong with you and that these things don't have to mean anything about who you are as a person, how you can help someone, or your success, you will have a lot less qualms about showing up for your business and calling in clients. Because at the end of the day, the frequency of self-acceptance is the most powerful frequency and one that will lead to everything you fucking desire. When you accept yourself fully as you are and know that you can help someone and change their life with your work without making your humanness wrong or whatever else you experience as wrong, you become a match because you're going to do your shit regardless. You're going to rise regardless. Your energy, your mindset, your results are in your hands, and that is a powerful fucking frequency. Higher cash months are created by the compound effect of your tenacity, resilience, and the power you exemplify over and over again because you use the mindset and the nervous system regulation tools to take care of your shit behind the scenes so you can show up as the best fucking version of yourself for your clients and online. You don't run a personal blog where you spew out your feelings every 5 fucking seconds, okay? This is a business. You run a legitimate business. So my loves, this is the work that we do when you come to work with me in the From Imposter to Empowered program or my mastermind, the Fraud Squad. The From Imposter to Empowered program is for coaches and OSPs who are making between 0 and 3K a month and are ready to make 5K per month consistently by showing up consistently and selling their offers with confidence and belief in themselves. I really created this offer for the woman who is neurodivergent, for the woman who is like, I need to learn how to work with my brain. I need to learn how to feel calm and regulated, but also I want to be the person that can show up consistently online. I want to be the person that can sell confidently online, even if I'm having an off day. And I want to be the person that does not feel like a fraud, who knows that she's an expert, who knows how fucking good she is. And you are fucking ready for the From Imposter to Empowered program when you want to be all in on your business, see yourself as a legitimate business owner and somebody that is here to stay for the long run. We do the mindset, we do the strategy, and we do the nervous system regulation inside of the From Imposter to Empowered program, and it's only $333 a month. Okay, so head to the link in my show notes for that. And if you're past 5K months and you're on your way to 10K plus months, then the Fraud Squad Mastermind is going to be more your style. And this is my intimate, high-level mastermind to become more visible, create content that attracts those clients to you almost instantly because they're getting a taste of your fucking power and stepping into the mindset and the identity of a business owner that makes 10K plus months with fucking ease because it's just who she is. You are ready to join the Fraud Squad Mastermind when you are ready for your income to be a match to how fucking good you are, okay? You have the client results, you have the clients, you're making the money, but you're like, why am I not making 5-figure fucking months yet? This needs to happen like tomorrow. And when you have the realization, like, I am so good at what I fucking do, I really want to step into that leadership identity, and I really want my income to fucking match how good I know that I am deep down. Okay, so that is my high-level mastermind, the Fraud Squad. You can join for 4 months at a time, and the investment is $1,111 per month, or you can pay in full at $4K. All of the details for both of these programs are at the link in my show notes, and my DMs are always open for a conversation about which container is best for you. I love you so much, and I'll see you next week, my loves.
Thanks so much for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. Head to the show notes to learn how you can work with me, where you can buy my best-selling book, You're Not Special, and how to get on my email list for free. Screenshot this episode and add it to your Instagram stories, tagging me at Your Coach Jill. See you next time.